You're born in medieval England, a time of mud roads, cavities, and short lives. Your parents, peasants. The path ahead, already chosen for you, and it's not a good one. You're gonna spend your days working the Lord's fields, shoveling manure, milking goats, and dying by the ripe old age of 40. Fun, right? But one morning when you're about 15, something in you snaps. You're out in the fields at twilight, your back aching again, the same stench of livestock, and it hits you. This can't be your life. You don't know where you'll go, you just know it has to be anywhere but here. The future carved in dirt? Not for you. So before the sun even comes up, you make a break for it. No plan, just a direction. And the hope that anything has to be better than this. You reach the nearest city, a smoky sprawl of cobblestone and noise. Not much better, but hey, it's new. You find work where you can, sweeping alleys, carrying sacks, scrubbing chamber pots. It keeps you alive, but that's about it. Then one day, you see a man riding into the square, dragging an outlaw behind his horse. No uniform, no crest, just rope at his saddle and knives on his belt. A bounty hunter. He drops the body on the ground, spits, and holds out his hand. A sack of silver lands in it. That's when it clicks for you. I can do that, you think. No lord, no leash, just a sharp blade, the thrill of the hunt, and more silver than your family would see in a year. It's clear. That's the life you want. You start watching tavern walls for posters, listening for names. Your first bounty? A joke. A petty thief caught stealing from a tailor. You find him drunk, face down in a haystack. Dragging him back is harder than catching him. But you get paid. 1 silver coin. It's worth more than your entire family would see in a month. And just like that, you're hooked. But the next jobs aren't so easy. No more pickpockets passed out in stables. Now it's your job to track men with nothing more than boot prints, bar whispers, and vague descriptions. You've got no maps, no portraits, just rumors and blood trails. And the fights, they're not heroic. Just a lot of grappling, bruises, and the occasional broken rib. One guy even stabs you in the leg with a fork. But you keep at it. Slowly, painfully, you figure out the job. You can quickly tell which leads are lies, which tracks are fresh, and how to fake confidence when a guy twice your size is about to start swinging. In short, you adapt, or you bleed. Eventually, you get enough silver to buy a horse. Not a good one. She bites, bucks, and occasionally scrapes you off on low branches. But she's yours. You'd trade her for something better, but it looks like you were the only fool willing to take her in. So for now, it's the two of you. At least, you don't have to walk. Now you're 20. The jobs keep coming, and so do the bruises. You're getting faster, sharper. Not a veteran yet, but not green either. One day, you drag a crooked guard through town. He's taken coin to look the other way. Doesn't know your name. Doesn't care. Just spits and calls you a sellsword on a leash. You ignore him, but his words stick. What else are you gonna do? Start over? No chance. You keep moving. The work doesn't wait. Rain? You're still riding. Fever? It'll keep you warm. You're chasing thieves while coughing up blood, arresting murderers while limping from an old arrow wound. The days blur. You catch raiders, deserters, and sometimes you catch a beggar who steals a loaf of bread. But what really sticks with you are the ones you've had to kill. The ones who ran, who fought, who left you with no choice. But you can't stop. The pay is good. The work needs to be done. And if you don't do it, someone even worse will. You're 30 now, and you've mastered your craft with a reputation to show for it. You can track footprints through rain, read lies in a heartbeat, and end a brawl before it even starts. Your reputation grows. Soon, you don't ask for work. It finds you. Then one night, you ride into a village you've never seen before. The innkeeper steps out, wipes his hands, and says your name. Not sir, not you there. Your name. You pause, because no one used to know your name. And that's when it hits you. Your reputation arrived before you did. The good rooms, the hot meals, the respect. They're yours now. Guards don't stop you at the gate anymore. They wave you through. You're not a knight, you don't serve a crown, you don't chase justice, but you've built something. A name, a life. Soon, The jobs stop being small. A Baron's steward hires you. High pay, high expectations. And for a while, it's great. But then one bounty, a young stable hand who finally struck back at his lord. You take him in, you take the pay, but something about it doesn't sit right. So you don't take another contract from them. Nope. You tell yourself it's because the jobs were beneath you. The years continue to roll by. You're 40 now, a seasoned bounty hunter. You've earned a few gray hairs and more than a few scars. Your name isn't just known, it carries weight. When the stakes are too high to fail, they come to you. You've stopped taking the small jobs. You're the one they call on when failure isn't an option. At least, for now. But the world doesn't stop changing. New bounty hunters are showing up. Young, fast, and hungry. More brutal than you ever were. Yeah, but one day it hits you. You're not the one they fear anymore. Not really. It's not just that the world is changing. It's you. You're slowing down. Your shoulders ache. Your knees crack when you stand. The blade feels heavier than it used to. But you've carved out a place in this world through grit, blood, and stubbornness. You're not young. You're not fast. But people know your name, and that still counts for something. Younger bounty hunters buy you drinks, ask for tips, call you a legend. You try not to let it go to your head. Still, sometimes in quiet tavern corners, you hear it. Still sharp, but not like it used to be. Used to be unstoppable. Now, well, you don't hear the rest. Just enough to know where you stand. You say nothing, but the truth sits with you. You're slower. Cold mornings hit harder. The weight of the bodies you bring in feel heavier than they used to. You're still dangerous, but not untouchable. And some people are starting to notice. You sit by the fire some nights, staring into the flames. You think about the years, the silver, the people you turned in, the ones you dragged, the ones you didn't give a chance. You try not to think about it, but some nights, the silence lingers too long. Then one evening, someone knocks. No words, just a bounty poster, held out in the rain. You take it. Recognize the face immediately. A woman, mid-30s now. 2 years ago, she robbed a noble's carriage. Clean getaway. Big haul. Rumor said the noble raised taxes so high that her whole village starved. Ooh, real saint, that one. And her? You saw her 3 days ago at the market, holding a little girl's hand. Same eyes. The bounty's still active. You never realize how high the reward was. Enough to live like a lord. Enough to make you hesitate. You nod once and close the door. You figure it would be easy enough. A woman with a child? She couldn't have gone far. One last job. Enough to leave this life behind for good. By morning, you're on your horse. Joints aching, but determined. This is it. The final hunt. You ask around, drop some coin, hit some whispers. Eventually, a lead points you toward a shack at the edge of town. You wait until nightfall. She steps outside with her child nearby. Just a glimpse of her through the shadows. Maybe it's the rope in your hand. Maybe it's the look in your eyes. But she sees you, and she knows. Her eyes white. She runs, clutching the child, sprinting around the side of the house. You follow. Careful steps, heart thudding. Then, your knee locks up. For a second, you nearly lose her, but you grit your teeth, push through. She turns sharply, ducks into an alley, and stops short. A dead end. She spins around, cornered now, holding her child tightly. Both of them stare at you, terrified. And in their eyes, you don't just see fear. You see yourself, what you've become. You freeze. The rope falls out of your hand as you realize you just can't do it. You step aside. She stares at the rope on the ground, then her eyes flick back to you. And slowly, her face melts from fear to something else. Relief. Understanding. She straightens up, the child still in her arms. After a pause, she starts walking toward the open space, slowly. Once she's by your side, she just whispers, "Thank you," and walks away. You stand there for a while, staring into the dark, unsure if you just made a huge mistake or did the only right thing you've done in years. There's no silver, no glory, but something in your chest feels a little lighter. Eventually you turn around, climb onto your horse, and ride off. A few days later, you head into town. You walk into a tavern, drop a coin, and take a seat, hoping ale will quiet your thoughts. Then you stop. There on the wall, a rough sketch of your face, a bounty, your name. Reason? Looking the other way. You stare at it. Hard to say who put it up. The list of people who want you dead is a long one. You study the lines, the price, and you think about everything that led here. The irony sinks in. You on a bounty poster. Then you hear it. The sound of a knife being drawn behind you. You turn. A younger bounty hunter. Bigger, stronger. And in that moment, you know. It's over. It's either now or a noose. So you reach for your bow, knowing how this ends. But hey, at least you didn't end up a peasant.